Hello friends, welcome to Ekdant Environment Education. Today we came up with a new topic, that is the Biomedical Waste Management Rules 2016 amended in 2018 and 19. This video will be very much useful for all the students, candidates of community health officer vacancy that upcoming in Rajasthan, Maharashtra and in other states. So this will be really a very much helpful video for all the aspirants as well as the students of environment engineering as well as the postgraduate students. So this topic is really very much useful and the recent topic. So today we have brought you the pictorial guide on Biomedical Waste Management Rules 2016, which was amended in 2018 and 19, and this guide includes the CPCB guidelines for handling, treatment, disposal of waste generated during the treatment, diagnosis, quarantine of COVID-19 patients. So if you are new to this channel, please like it, share it and subscribe it so that this video can reach to the maximum candidates, and this video will really helpful for your examination because we are going to cover in detail the biomedical waste management rules. Okay friends, so let's start. So this is the guidelines, and in this there is a contribution of Center for the Chronic Disease Control, Center for Environment Health, Public Health Foundation of India and Healthcare Without Harm. So all these have jointly contributed to make this guidelines. Okay, so let's begin it. So very first one is keep the hospital clean and safe by identifying the hazard and risk of biomedical waste. मीन्स अपने अस्पताल को स्वच्छ एवं सुरक्षित बनाए रखने के लिए बायोमेडिकल कचरे से संबंधित खतरों एवं संकट को समझें. So we all know that whenever we are talking about the biomedical waste management, immediately we imagine or the mind clicks that there comes the picture of colorful dustbins like yellow color, blue color, black color, red colors. So many times we even thought that what exactly means and what exactly are put into these bins. So let's begin to study all about it in details. So very first one is your yellow color dustbin. So these codings, why these color codings have been given by the biomedical agencies? So there is much importance because we cannot mix every biomedical waste into a one bin. Okay, so segregation of that waste will be very much difficult, and so to easily segregate and at the source and after the collection, that is very much important task for proper treatment and disposal. That's why different color coding bins has been generated. And let's start. So very first one is the yellow color bin, and you can watch over that there will be written the infectious waste. Right here you can see it's a infectious waste. Then comes the red color bin. It is for infected plastic. Second one is the blue color bin, that is the glass sharps. Okay, and the white one is for metal sharps. Here below the infectious waste you can see there are different purposes, what different waste we are keeping into this beans. See, yellow color bean, we are collecting anatomical waste, chemical waste, soiled waste, chemotherapy waste, discarded linen and medicines and laboratory waste. Okay, candidates, students, these segregation is much more important from exam point of view. They can ask that among which of these waste can be put into the this color yellow color bean. So from optional point of view, objective point of view, there can be a many MCQ formed from these points. So please try to remember that which kind of waste can be put into which color coding of beans. Okay, so try to write it over the notebook or take the screenshot of this things. Okay, so in yellow color, that is the infectious waste, sankraman kachra. In that you can keep the anatomical waste, chemical waste, soil waste, chemotherapy waste, discarded linens and medicines, and laboratory waste. Okay, moving to next, that is the red color bin, that is for infected plastic. इन्फेक्टेड प्लास्टिक के अंदर आप कौन से कचरे को डालेंगे? इन दैट यू विल कलेक्ट द कंटामिनेटेड प्लास्टिक वेस्ट. ओके, इन ब्लू कलर ग्लास वेस्ट एंड मेटालिक इम्प्लांट्स, कांच की वस्तुएं एवं धातु प्रत्यारोपण करेंगे आप. ठीक है, और वाइट कलर के अंदर आप कौन से वेस्ट को स्टोर करेंगे? मेटल शॉप्स, दैट इज धारदार धातु कचरा को आप उसमें स्टोर करेंगे. Next, moving to the other three, and is the black one, other hazardous waste. Okay, in that you will keep the hazardous and other waste. In blue color, recyclable general waste. Whatever the general waste collected from the hospitals, clinics, that will be collected into this blue color bin. Then the last one is the green beam, and that is the biodegradable general waste. Whatever the waste that can be easily biodegradable, that can be easily decomposable, that waste should be kept into this green beam. Okay, so you can see over here that they have written, place the waste in a designated color coded beams. कचरे को उचित कूड़ेदान में ही डाले. So these points is to be kept in the mind very well while collecting, while disposing the waste that is being generated from the hospitals, clinics, laboratories, clinical experiments labs, and all that things in a proper color coded bins. Okay, moving to next, rules when followed protect our health and safety. नियम हमारे जीवन को सुरक्षित बनाए रखते हैं. तो here you can see that a person is carrying the waste, infected waste, for incineration at CBWTF. Okay, and a person carrying a red bin for the treatment at CBWTF. Now what is CBWTF? It's a combined biomedical waste treatment facility. That is all whatever waste generated from the hospital, clinics, labs, experiments, that all waste is to be collected at a proper bin, and that bin is to be sent for the common disposal and treatment facility. Okay, and for that they sent the treatment facility vehicle in which they collect and they dispose after treatment. Okay, so from the picture you can clearly observe, and here is a message that give your biomedical waste to the common biomedical waste treatment and disposal facility for complete treatment and disposal as per Biomedical Waste Management Rules 2016. Okay, you cannot treat by your own. Okay, you cannot dispose here and there because it's infectious and it will spread to the environment and it will infect the person also. Okay, so it's a proper chain of disposal and treatment, okay, of these biomedical waste. Moving to next, manage the biomedical waste as per the Biomedical Waste Management Rules. And friends, we will shortly coming up with new video related to biomedical waste rules. We will look into that video different sections and what are the duties and all that things. Okay, so please stick to this channel. If you are new, if you like it, if you really enjoyed the video, you please like it, share it, and subscribe the channel for the update of Biomedical Waste Management Rules next video. Okay, so the next is manage the biomedical waste as per the rules. So you can see that the glass sharps are kept in the blue one. Okay, here it is. Then white metal sharps are kept in here, that is the metallic sharp things. Then below you can see that for pre-treatment autoclaving is been done and infected plastics kept in the red bin. Then infectious waste are kept in the yellow bin. Okay, so segregate the waste in a correct color liners, and it should be a non-chlorinated. It's again a 1 mark MCQ, that the liner should not be chlorinated, it should be non-chlorinated. Why we are not using the chlorinated liners? Because if we are using the chlorinated liners, it will react with it and form the other harmful gases or harmful reactions will take place, and it will infect the things. Okay, and infect the environment, health, infect the health of the people carrying it or the disposing facility or the persons dealing with this disposal. Okay, so we are compulsorily to use the non chlorinated liners. कचरे को उचित रंग के थैले में ही डालें. Okay, so next one is segregation is very easy. If we are very much habitual to that which things is to be kept in which bins, and if we are following that rules and that things very efficiently and very obediently, then really for the person who are dealing with the management, biomedical waste management, for them segregation is really very much an easy task. Okay, actually segregation is very much difficult nowadays because they are because the people very much involved in these medical sectors are not very much aware of these things, very less are aware of these things. So this is very much important that the proper designated waste should be collected or stored at a very proper designated colored bin only. So segregate waste at a source is very much important points. Next is segregate the waste in a correct liner for suitable treatment. As we all have seen that the liner should be non-chlorinated, it should not be chlorinated. Okay, so already we have seen that which waste are included in the infectious waste, even though we can still go ahead that in yellow anatomical waste, chemical waste, soiled waste, chemotherapy waste, discarded linens and medicines and laboratory waste. Okay, human and animal anatomical waste, liquid waste, other biological infectious waste, that all are to be kept into this yellow bin. Then comes the red one, in which you will keep the contaminated plastic waste, disposable items such as tubbing, plastic bottles, intravenous tubes, catheters, cannulas, syringe without needles, these all to be kept into disinfected plastic bins. Next one, inside the blue bin, glass waste and the metallic implants, glassware such as the broken and the discarded vials, bottles, slides, glass petrol dishes, etc. to be kept into this blue bins. Then comes the white one. Into the white bin, metal sharps, waste sharps such as needle, blades should be kept into this bins, and in this bin it should be kept under a puncture proof container. It should not puncture the waste, so that if it puncture the container, it will definitely harm the person who is handling with this waste. Okay, so make sure that the container should be puncture proof. For black one, we are storing the hazardous and other waste, which includes the disinfectants and pesticides, used CFL bulb, tube lights, lithium ion alkaline batteries and etc. Okay. Next, very important things, that never mix the waste during collection and transportations. All the waste should be segregated, and that segregated waste should be separately transferred to the treatment facility. It should not be mixed at during the collection time and after and during the transportation time. Okay, so this is the very much important things. You can see that everyone are taking different bins in a separate way, and that is to be sent for the treatment at CBWTF. Okay, now managing the spillage is also a very important thing. If you are not knowing how to manage the spillage, then it will definitely harm the people. So बिखरे हुए तरल पदार्थों का तुरंत प्रबंधन करें. manage the spillage right away. Whenever you see that there is a spillage of a chemical or a blood or infectious material onto the floor or any surface, right away clean it with a proper disinfectant and put it into the bin for incineration or the further treatments. Okay, so here you can see that chemical spillage. If there is a chemical spillage, isolate it, neutralize it and clean the surface thoroughly, and after cleaning, whatever the waste is being generated, that waste is to be collected in a separate liner for incinerations. Okay, the next is body fluid spillage. If there is a body fluid spillage in a clinic or a hospital, that is to be isolated, mop with adsorbent cloth or a paper and disinfect that surface appropriately. Okay, and after that, that cloth or paper should be put it into the separate liner for incinerations. Okay, whenever there is a mercury spillage, so how you are dealing with a mercury spillage? You have to first of all remove the metallic portion from it, and later on with the help of a syringe, needleless syringe, you can suck that mercury and store it into the water bottle. Okay, take a glass bottle, fill the water in it of 5 to 10 ml, and in that you can store the mercury. Okay, and then send that mercury bottle to the common biomedical waste treatment facilities. Okay, so these are some of the important things. Next one is treatment and disposal options for the blue category waste at CBWTF and captive treatment facilities. So now we are going to see the different bins, how they are going, their processes are, which treatment facilities we are using to treat the different waste that has been generated from the hospitals. Okay, so very first one is the glass sharps. These glass sharps कांच से बनी हुई वस्तुएं जितनी भी जो भी broken है, those which are broken glasses are to be kept into which colored bin? Blue liner colored bin. Okay, after collecting into the blue liner bin, it is been sent to the common biomedical waste treatment facility, and later on from there it is transferred to pre-treatment facility, and in which we are using autoclave, microwave. Okay, so here you can see that from common biomedical waste it goes to this pre-treatment facilities, and in that there again is autoclave, microwave. Okay, cleaning with detergents and waters. So these are the some of these things, pre-treatment processes, and after all these things it is again sent for disinfecting, sterilizing waste and double bucket disinfections. So again here it's a 1 mark question forming that which are the different treatment processes for blue colored bin waste. So you can write the autoclave, microwave. Okay, again it's question, write down it, put a mark on it, that here you can see that double bucket disinfection. So a question will be like, what is the percentage of sodium hypochlorite solution used for double bucket infection, or which solution is used for double bucket infections? So the answer will be 2% sodium hypochlorite solution. Okay, moving to next, and after disinfecting it, that will be sent to the authorized recyclers that are registered at CPCB. So what is CPCB? That is a Central Pollution Control Board. Okay, moving to the next, treatment and disposal of sharp waste at treatment facilities. So how we are going to deal with the sharp waste? Whatever the metal sharps is being generated, it is to be kept in a puncture proof container, and from that it is taken to the common biomedical waste treatment facility or the captive treatment facility. Okay, here again it's a question, if your CBWTF is very much away from your center, that is above 75 km, in that case we are using this captive treatment facilities. Okay, so after all this, after sending there, they give the dry heat treatment, autoclaving and sterilizing the waste, microwaving, and after that they will send to shredding and mutilation encapsulation unit. Okay, what is this? Here they shred the material. After shredding it, they make the capsulation unit, and after that capsulation unit can be used in the different industries for their energy recovery. Okay, we sometimes say that RDF. Okay, so this is very much important. Next is management of red category waste. How the red category waste is being managed. So the contaminated plastic waste that is being generated, that is to be collected in an appropriate liner, red color. It is sent to again common biomedical waste treatment facility or CTF, and from them sterilization of waste is taking place. And how we are sterilizing the waste? By using the vertical autoclave or microwave. Okay, so after sterilizing the waste, it goes to shredding or combination of sterilization and shredding. So what is meant by shredding? Cutting the plastic material into the small pieces, that is known as shredding. Okay, and after shredding it, it is again sent for recycling to the authorized recycler or for energy recovery to the industries. Okay, so plastic waste should not be sent to landfill sites directly. It should not be sent to landfill sites. It's very much important question. It may be asked in 1 marks that plastic waste should not be sent to dash landfill sites, or other options will be given. So make sure that which waste should not be sent to landfill sites. So it's the plastic waste. Next category is the management of yellow category waste. Okay, we know that which waste included in the yellow category, and again it's infectious. So this sterilization is very much important, and for sterilization we are using the autoclave microwave. After sterilizing the waste, it goes to common biomedical waste treatment facility for the final disposal. Okay, and before disposal, at there they used incineration, in which with the help of heating they burn the waste, and whatever after burning, the ash will be generated from incineration, and that ash is to be sent for hazardous waste treatment, storage and disposal facility. Sometimes it is known as TSDF sites. Okay, so this was how the managing of different color beans is been taking place. Now there are some of the standards for treatment and transportation of biomedical waste as per the schedule 2 of Biomedical Waste Management Rules. So this we are going to see in the next video. Okay, what is the schedule 2 and the standards for the treatment. Okay, here some less information is given, even though we should cover it. Okay, so very first one is the vacuum autoclave. For vacuum autoclave, the temperature should not be less than 121 degrees Celsius and pressure 15 pound per square inch psi. Okay, for autoclave residence time not less than 45 minutes. You should not keep the vacuum autoclave less than 45 minutes if the temperature is 121 and the pressure is 15 psi. Okay, again, if we want to reduce the time, we have to increase the temperature and the pressure. So in the second point, you can see that if we are when we are reducing the time of the autoclave residence time, the temperature goes high, 121 to 135, and again the pressure is rising from 15 psi to 31 psi. Okay, another autoclave is, there are two type of autoclave, vacuum autoclave and gravity flow autoclave. Now in gravity flow autoclave, if the temperature is 121, pressure is 15 psi, the residence time should not be less than 60 minutes. If we increase the temperature to 135, pressure to 31 psi, the residence time decreases to 45 minutes. Again, if we are again reducing the residence time to 30 minutes, then the temperature goes much higher to 149 degrees Celsius and the pressure to 52 psi. Okay, next, microwave. Inside a microwave, we kill the bacteria and other pathogenic organisms at a high temperature. So microwave is used generally to kill the bacteria and pathogenic organisms stick to the waste. Okay. Next comes is incineration. In the incineration, there are two chamber, primary chamber and the secondary chamber. The temperature of the primary chamber should be minimum 800 degrees centigrade. Make sure underline these things and note it down, because this will be the 1 mark question. What is the minimum temperature of the primary chamber of a incineration? So the minimum temperature is 800 degrees Celsius. Again, the secondary chamber shall be the minimum temperature of 1050 degrees Celsius plus or minus 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, most important questions. Many times if the question is related to biomedical, they ask the question that what is the temperature at which the infectious waste is being sterilized or incinerated. So this is the temperature. Again, most important line. Expired cytotoxic drugs and the items contaminated with cytotoxic drug to be incinerated at a temperature of more than or equal to 1200 degrees centigrade temperature. Okay, Celsius. So at these temperature, these drugs, expired drugs and the contaminated waste with the cytotoxic drugs is to be incinerated. Okay. For such kind of waste, we cannot go for chemical pre-treatments, right? Next, for transportation of biomedical waste, the operator shall transport the biomedical waste from hospital only in the vehicle being labeled as provided in Part A of Schedule 4. So there will be a question that the vehicle which carry the biomedical waste from the hospital are labeled as per which part of Schedule 4 or as per Part A of which of Schedule dash of Biomedical Waste Rules 2016. So Part A and Schedule 4 of Schedule 4. Okay. And we have to mention the necessary information as per Part B of Schedule 4. So this is the two. This two is most important thing. Again, that how we are going to deal it. Okay. So first one is your Part A of Schedule 4 and second one is your Part B. Okay. So next is for spillage management. Already we have seen how we are going to do the management of the spillage, chemical, body fluids and all that things. Okay, so here you can see that to treat the spillage as per the specification provided on the page number 185 to 186 of WHO Blue Book. So as per the Blue Book, you have to treat the spillage. Here are the some of the protective gears for the healthcare workers for safety. Okay, mask, face shield, goggles, caps, gloves, boots, aprons. So there may be a 1 mark MCQ also, that which among the following is not the protective gear for the healthcare workers. So options will be all of these or some of these will be given there and one will not be there, other thing will be mentioned. So you have to likewise see the options and take the correct answers. Okay. Now untreated biomedical waste is a risk to environment and health. Okay, very important things. If the biomedical waste is not treated, it is very much dangerous to the environment and the health. Okay. So very much care is to be taken care in handling the biomedical waste. Okay, here you can see that careless handling of waste can lead to the spread of infectious disease such as hepatitis, AIDS and tuberculosis. कचरे के रख रखाव में लापरवाही के कारण हेपेटाइटिस, एड्स और ट्यूबरकुलोसिस जैसी बीमारियां हो सकती है. ओके, नेक्स्ट वन इज बायोमेडिकल कचरे को साधारण कचरे में कभी भी ना मिलाने दें. कूड़ा बीनने के समय कूड़ा बीनने वालों को चोट लग सकती है और जिसके कारण उन्हें बीमारियां हो सकती है. ओके, सो बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट शुड नेवर बी मिक्स्ड विद द म्यूनिसिपल सॉलिड वेस्ट. and the waste collector trying to retrieve valuables from the waste can inadvertently injure themselves and catch infections. So they can be got infectious while dealing with it. Okay, again very important thing, कचरे को उपयुक्त जगह न फेंकने से बीमारियां फैल सकती है. Waste littering can lead to spread of infections. Okay, now these are the things that if injured treat your wound immediately. अपने घाव को इलाज तुरंत करें. What you should not do and what you should do is been mentioned over here. So do not squeeze, scrub or suck the wound. घाव को ना निचोड़े, ना ही रगड़े, ना चूसे. Do not clean with the alcohol. अल्कोहल से साफ ना करें. Okay, what you should do? Encourage the wound to bleed by holding it under the running water. बहते पानी के नीचे रख कर घाव में से रक्त बहने दे. Okay, try to encourage the wound to bleed it. Okay, so that all the infectious blood will be drawn out from your dead part. Okay, wash the wound using the running water and the plenty of soaps. Dress the wound after the drying it. सूखने के बाद घाव की ड्रेसिंग करें. And seek the urgent medical advice within 2 hours of injury or contact with the contaminated substances. चोट लगने या सदूषित पदार्थ के संपर्क में आने के 2 घंटे के भीतर चिकित्सक से सलाह ले ले. ओके, never drag the field waste liner. Never, because if we are dragging the waste bag, then there may be chances that the bag will be or the liner will be punctured and the infectious things will be spread onto the floor. So waste should never be handled without wearing protective gear. कचरे से भरे थैले को कभी ना घसीटे. Okay, it is very important to segregate the general waste from the infectious biomedical waste, as mixing of these waste can lead to greater spread of infectious and epidemics. Okay, साधारण कचरे को संक्रमित बायोमेडिकल कचरे से अलग रखें. इनको मिश्रण संक्रमण बीमारियों एवं महामारियों को अधिक बढ़ावा दे सकता है. ठीक है. So here is again a question that general waste constitutes about 70% of total waste in hospitals. अस्पताल से निकलने वाले कचरे का लगभग 70% कचरा साधारण कचरा होता है. ओके, एंड द इन्फेक्शियस बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट कंस्टिट्यूट्स अबाउट हाउ मच परसेंट? दैट इज 25 to 30% ऑफ द टोटल वेस्ट जनरेटेड फ्रॉम द हॉस्पिटल. ओके, अस्पताल से निकलने वाले कचरे का लगभग 25 से 30% कचरा संक्रमित बायोमेडिकल कचरा होता है. ओके, नेक्स्ट, waste management in COVID-19 wards, COVID-19 sample collection centers and the laboratories. So here you can see that you have to regularly maintain the records that are the waste generated from the COVID-19 isolation wards. Opening and operations of COVID-19 isolation wards, sample collection centers should be reported to State Pollution Control Board. Information is to be given to the State Pollution Control Board regarding the new opening or the operations of COVID-19 isolation wards. Okay, next, only dedicated trolley with the COVID-19 label should be used in COVID-19 isolation wards. So isolation wards के अंदर हमें COVID-19 का लेबल लगाकर ही उसको यूज़ करना चाहिए, so that the general hospital waste and the COVID-19 isolation ward waste should not be mixed. That is to be treated separately. इसके लिए हमें क्या करना है, उसके ऊपर लेबल लगा लेना है COVID-19 का. Okay, collected biomedical waste should be stored separately in a temporary storage room prior to handling over to authorized staff of CBWTF. Okay, dedicated sanitation worker should be deputed separately for handling the biomedical waste of COVID-19 isolation wards. Okay, and all the general rules of the biomedical rules, waste management rules, we will look into the next video. Okay, again very important thing, the liner and the inner and the outer surface of the liner used for storage of COVID-19 waste should be disinfected with how much percent of sodium hypochlorite solution? 1%. There it was 2%. Here it is 1%. Okay, so very important question again it is. Next is doubled layer bags, means we have to use 2 bags for collection of waste from COVID-19 isolation wards. Okay, very important things. Here again it is given in Hindi. I have read for your in English. Guidelines for handling and disposing waste from quarantine camps, homes and home care facilities. Okay, so urban local body will identify the location, and they will collect the waste from your household. Okay, so these things is been there. We have already seen that the medical vehicle which collects all these things, waste collecting vehicle, should be labeled as per part A of schedule 4, and the necessary information should be written on the vehicle as per the part B of schedule 4. Okay, person taking care of the quarantine home care should deposit the generated biomedical waste from suspected or recovered COVID-19 patients by any of the following methods. Okay, so here again it is in Hindi, and that's it for my side. So these all things will be under the guided by the different agencies dealing with it, and this was the biomedical waste management rules. Okay, and in the next video surely I am coming up shortly for by taking the biomedical waste management rules. Okay, in which we will see the duties of the operator, duties of a generator, okay, all different persons, what are their duties, which are the forms to be filled, and which are the things or registers we have to maintain. Okay, so everything we will look into the next video, and this was from my side. And if you really like the lecture on the biomedical waste management rules, so please like it, share it and subscribe it. Thank you so much for watching the Ekdant Environment Education.